I'm very excited because today we're going to get to test drive something brand new in the Kia lineup. It's the 2024 Kia EV9 Wind all-wheel drive. And I'm no expert at it, but that's why I grabbed somebody who was. Christian, how's it going?
Good, how you doing, Brian?
Good to see you. Christian's a salesman at Smail Kia in Greensburg, and we're going to do this test drive together, so let's get to it.
Sounds good.
I want us to come a little bit closer to this because this car is greener than my jacket right now. What is the exterior color here?
This is called ice green.
Wow, okay, so it actually does look kind of bluish green to me. Other things I'm noticing as we come around to the front, we notice those LED headlights. All right, so what size tires do we have coming around the side?
So these are 19-inch alloy wheels.
Kia logo not in the center like it would traditionally be. Nothing about this vehicle looks like any other vehicle. It's really cool. These handles, oh, well, hey.
They pop out for your keyless entry as long as it senses the key is near. It'll pop out the side mirrors as well as your handles.
So that's really, really neat. All I had to do was come close with the key fob on me, and those went ahead and opened. If I would go ahead and lock that now, is that gonna, yeah, puts them right away. I'm just gonna go ahead and click the button on the outside there, and it's pretty flush with the surface. And then you can get in here and do your charging. All you need to do in there, and press the button and it closes back up. That's really neat. I'm gonna go ahead and open up this tailgate. One click of the button, it's gonna open that right up. And you have a ton of space back here, even with that third row up. A lot of ability to store things, and maybe a little additional storage in here as well. Really neat. A lot of room, and even if you put these seats down, you can get even more space back here.
As well as you have remote button push downs for your back center second row.
Okay, so that's really neat to have, as well as I'm noticing something back here in the corner. Check that out. So that actually slides open and reveals that 3-prong outlet back there. Really great if you do any tailgating. So we just unlocked the frunk. Wow, so we actually do have some additional storage up here for the frunk.
This is where you put your wiper fluid in, and you just have an additional storage here in this space.
All right, so getting into the third row here, there's a little button on top of the seat. I'm gonna push, and that's gonna slide the seat forward. And that allows me to get into this back pretty easily. Close that up. And actually, as a full-grown adult, I have leg room back here. That's a big thing. But also, these seats are pretty comfortable. I mean, I feel like I have they're perforated leather back here. And they're two-toned. You got like a grayish, lighter gray and a darker gray back here. And on either side, this side and this side, you have 2 cup holders and a USB-C port back here for charging. Up top, you have a little bit of ventilation and some lights. We have a moonroof that shades the light coming in, but it also gives me a little bit more space. And also, yeah, we do have a shade that can come across and close that if you want to. Really nice to just be able to have those amenities back here in the third row. Let's jump up to the second row and see what we got up there. Coming into the second row of seats, pretty easy to just get up in here. Seats are comfortable, perforated leather. We have an armrest back here with 2 cup holders. And we'll take a look at this moonroof as the shade comes open. I have a lot of visibility up, as well as a couple things right in front of me. We have some compartments on the back here to hold some things in the front of these seats, or on the back of these seats. On the side of the front seats, we have USB-C chargers. And coming up here, we have the ability to move this seat front and back, and as well as tilt it front and back. Pretty nice for the driver to have access to the electric seats there. Up top, we're going to notice that we have the ability to control our AC settings. Also really nice to have in the back seat. Some functional vents and some lights. All right, now what I'd really like to do is jump up front, and then we'll get this thing on the road. Here we are on inside the EV9 for the first time, and this is a spacious cabin, Christian. These headrests are really comfortable, and I really feel like everything in front of me is unique looking, and I've never seen it quite like this before. First thing right in front of me, steering wheel, kind of oval shape, a little flat on the top and bottom. And a lot of buttons up here in front of us that we'll go over on the test drive. Below here we have our drive modes and four-wheel drive. But here's kind of a thing that's hard to see from back there, but maybe you can if the cameraman can get it. This has your power on switch and your shifter right here, right? So let's go ahead and I'm put my foot on the brake, turn the power on, and we're going to see everything just light up here. A bunch of, you know, you can obviously see the temperature outside, what gear you're in, as well as my miles till I need to recharge, my miles per hour, obviously, and other safety features up here. On the right side, we'll notice our infotainment screen, a lot of stuff up there, and this seems to be sleekly kind of put in there onto the dashboard. Really cool. Below that we have our AC settings, and even below that, if we can look down here, we have charging options with USB-Cs there and there, fast charging, and how about that? There's your 12 volt. That's really neat. On the armrest here, we have a couple cup holders as well as some other storage here. Buttons here, looks like our parking sensors, backup camera, downhill brake control, and you can even have auto hold on and off, right? So if we're at a stop sign, it's going to stop the vehicle and we're not going to coast forward, right? Just below that, we actually have a wireless charger. And then below that, we have a little bit of extra storage. I can see down here on the floor, there's also some additional storage. So on the door, we have a heated steering wheel and heated and cooled seats, right? We have a very nice sunroof. You can open and close the shade there. And you have a few different things here, some lights. What is Kia Connect?
Kia Connect is an application that comes with the vehicle. It's a 1-year subscription for free once you purchase the vehicle. It'll help you control the car from your cell phone. So it has a lot of amenities in it, from remote starting the vehicle, locating the vehicle, checking your fuel or your charge range, as well as having a maintenance schedule on the car. You can unlock and lock the vehicle from your phone. And it's just a great app to have just to kind of help you understand the vehicle.
Let's go ahead and get this thing on the road and do this test drive. All right, so we're here at this red light, just turned green. Let me go ahead and hit the accelerator a bit, and wow. Christian, that was a great acceleration just off the bat there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The torque on these is very impressive. They have a lot of horsepower. I mean, it has towing capacity of 5,000 pounds, so it's got to have a lot of get up.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't know if I have been in a vehicle with this much get up at this size. I'm noticing a few things up on my display here. I'm noticing that there is a car between two green lines. That's my lane keep assist, I imagine, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I were to move over to the left side of this lane, just kind of inch over, the wheel is actually turning and pulling me back into the lane.
It'll do a slight pull to adjust you from actually leaving the lane, but it's not going to overly correct you. So it is an assist. It's not a fully automated, self-driving to where you can let your hands off the wheel. Okay. But it does help assist in keeping you within the lanes, and will alert you if you actually do cross over the line.
All right, so I'm just going to inch over here to the left side, and there it is. That's just enough. It's just pulling me over into the lane whenever I inch over there to the left. Let's test out the next safety feature here, and that's the adaptive cruise control. I'm just going to go ahead and set my distance here. It looks like you can set a variety of distances.
Yes, so this is the gap that changes your distance between the car in front of you.
As we can see here, I have the cruise control set at 59 miles per hour, and we've slowed down to 55 here because the car in front of us is going slower. Now, if I were to bridge that gap and make that distance closer, you can see how we're speeding up and closing the gap on the car in front of us, right? I'm also noticing up here on the display, we have a speed limit sign of 55 miles per hour. So let's go to drive modes here, all right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different type of drive modes, right? All right, so we have Eco, Normal, Sport, My Drive, and Snow, right? So pretty self-explanatory there. Eco for fuel efficiency, Normal for your normal comfort, I imagine, right?
Yep.
Sport. Now, what's Sport? This is an electric vehicle. I'm not used to that in an electric vehicle.
Sport mode is for your little more aggressive drivers. If you want to, add a little more horsepower to the vehicle, you get a little more hug on the road. Helps control the wheels a little bit better, but
right.
It's just a little more for a sportier feel. So you have a split screen of your built-in navigation system, as well as your entertainment, and as well as your EV battery. So it's always going to let you know where you're at as far as your charge level, because some people do get concerned about once your charge gets a little low, where are you able going to be? Where are you? Where can you be able to find a charging station, and how far you are from home? So you have a 7-passenger SUV that has a towing capacity of 5,000 pounds. The torque on it, like you saw at the beginning of the video, I believe is...
And just pulling onto the highway here, we were right up to speed instantaneously.
Oh yeah, it's got about 516 pound-feet of torque.
Wow.
As well as 379 horsepower.
Now, I do know that we're riding up a little higher here. It feels like a larger SUV, maybe akin to like the Telluride.
Yeah, it is. I think it's made for a little... made it accessible to where you have a 7.8-inch ground clearance, so it is an all-wheel drive vehicle. So if you do go off into a rugged road, you still have a little bit of clearance, so you won't hurt the vehicle at all.
Right. And with it being 4-wheel drive on top of all those things, this thing must be really a tank in the winter time.
Yeah, and it also comes adapted with a heat pump. So there is a fear that people are afraid of once the vehicle gets super cold, that the battery will deplete a little faster, and which is true, but they added a heat pump into this vehicle, so if you remote start the vehicle, it'll add extra heat to the car, and it makes the battery life a lot longer.
If you look on that mirror, there's actually a little light indicated telling me that somebody's in my blind spot.
Yes.
If I turn on my turn signal and somebody's in my blind spot, it beeps at me and alerts me, hey, there's somebody over there, don't make that right turn, right?
Correct.
And we're gonna put the vehicle into reverse here. And behind us, we'll notice that these lines do change based on my wheel. I'm hearing a noise outside the vehicle, so obviously people are alert that I'm in reverse. And as I come back towards something, we're gonna notice that the sensors are going off, right? And it shows me where on the vehicle I'm about to hit something, right? And the closer that I get to something, the louder it gets. So that's just a really convenient backup camera to have. Will that work if there's pedestrians behind us, anything like that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, that's another really nice thing to have back there. Always looking out for you, especially, you are in a larger, quieter vehicle. You have that noise going off, so it's nice to have all these things kind of looking out for you while you do this drive. What do we have for a warranty for Kia?
So the Kia's warranty is, I'd say it's probably one of the best in the business, just based on the amount of time that you're covered. So for the first 3 years, you have 3 years, 36,000 miles on your electronics, 5-year 60 on your bumper to bumper, and your 10-year 100,000 miles on your powertrain. And for these EV vehicles, that would be the EV battery. So you're covered for 10 years, 100,000 miles on the EV battery.
Well, that's great. I mean, Kia's got your back on these vehicles for sure. Like this is what they're known for, right? They have great warranties and really great technology features. So.
Absolutely. I think you're pretty much covered for the first 3 years that you own the vehicle, other than your wearable items, And, it's not like you have to get an oil change.
Right, yeah.
But, eventually the tires do wear down, you have to replace those, but that's like any other vehicle. But you do save face without having to go to service every 5,000 miles for an oil change.
And that was my first drive on the 2024 Kia EV9 Wind all-wheel drive. Really awesome car, very unique, nothing quite like it, Christian. Hey, if they have questions about this vehicle, how can they contact you?
You can come visit us off of Route 30 at our Smail Kia store, or you can visit us online at smailkia.com.
That's going to do it for us. Until next time, guys, enjoy the ride.